Hey friends, so today is flower planting day, and I'm also going to go ahead. I've made the decision that I'm going to go ahead and harvest a lot of this lettuce over the next week or so, and I'm just going to sell the extra because I need my peppers to have more space. So I'm going to go ahead and do that first. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to harvest these at the bottom, cut them so they're nice and low, and leave them alone and see if they regrow. They should. I've never done it this way with big groups of this, but we're going to see what we get. So this is all I'm going to leave in the ground, but it's nice and low so my peppers can start to grow. And I have a whole, whoop, that's really fine, head of lettuce that somebody can make use of. So here's what I did with these. I just made good sized bundles and I wrapped them with twine and I put mason jars out here with water in them for them to sit in for the day. At the end of the day, if no one has come and got them, I will probably feed them to the chickens and turn them into eggs. I'm loving my little farm stand up on my porch in the middle of the city. It's so dang cute. Now, I have a little bitty garden. I am not a big gardener or a big grower or a big farmer. And the idea of there being a farm stand on my little covered city porch may sound a little ridiculous. There are people that think it sounds ridiculous. People in my life that think it sounds ridiculous. But it makes me happy. And if I waited to start until I felt like I was a legit farmer, I'd never start. You have to start somewhere, right? My garden didn't start because I knew how to do all of these things. It started because I tried to grow things in buckets and failed miserably. But in the beginning, as I tried new things, I did find the idea of starting new things like paralyzing. I didn't want to do the wrong thing. I didn't get the wrong kind. I didn't know what species to get. I didn't want people to think I was crazy. I didn't, a bunch of negative thoughts, and they paralyzed me for a long time in a lot of things. But now I kind of learned this lesson that it may look dinky and dumb, and it may be something that not everybody else is laughing at. It may be ridiculous to most everybody you know. But if it's making you happy and if it's a step forward, you just keep doing that thing. I'm gonna do this, and maybe next year I'm gonna sell more food. Maybe next year I'm gonna have a giant plant sale on my front porch. Maybe this year I'm gonna sell bouquets randomly enough that I decide to plant a big cut flower patch at my mom and dad's and sell flowers next year. I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. But I know that if I don't start, nothing happens. Do not let overwhelm or fear of starting paralyze you. Okay, that's all my preaching for the day. Now we're gonna plant all these pretty flowers somewhere. Somewhere. I don't exactly know where, but we'll find a spot. Let's start with this really beautiful astilbe. I think that's how you say it, because it is a shade plant. And there's only one spot for it in my garden, right there in the tree. So this tree is a great example, I guess, of what I was just talking about, how you start, you're going to make mistakes, you move on and get better. The more you know, the better you do. This tree was very little when we put these rings around it. There was a ton of room here. We thought it'd be really cute. Lots of people have done it. We've seen it all over the place. Didn't realize it's actually bad for your tree to have soil pushed up against it right there. It's better to go lower and go far out to give this tree enough room to grow, to give it room to breathe and collect the moisture it needs. So I am going to be taking this apart, maybe this summer, maybe not till fall or spring, and making kind of like this big kidney shape around it and doing an entire shade garden in here. But for now, I'm not there yet. So the step I can take today is I can take this astilbe, whatever it's called. I got a bare spot right here. I'm going to plant it. It's a shade plant and a perennial, so it will come back next year. Even if I don't get this to the project, I can dig it up and incorporate it into the new shade garden, but I still get to enjoy it right now. So she's going right here. Okay, so yesterday, my son, who is 10, Mason, decided to look at my YouTube and to give me some pointers and some feedback. Since he is of the TikTok generation and seems to know more about social media than his mother, who started out on social media on MySpace. That's how old I am, MySpace, where I had my own music playlist. Anyway, he looked at my numbers. There's this whole entire, I guess if you don't know, YouTube recommends your video to people based on how people interact with it. So how many subscribers do you have? Do people comment? Do they like it? Do they share it? That kind of stuff. So the more you do that, the more your videos get sent to other people who are looking for gardening things or whatever. So Mason's on this page looking at all this stuff, and he says, Mom, you make too many videos. Which to me seems insane because I don't understand TikTok or any of these things. I like to make my videos and then I post them. And if I have a video that's under 5 minutes, I condense it and make it into a short because that seems smart. Well, Mason told me that I need to do more shorts because that is the way to be successful at YouTube. I'm not going to stop making videos. This is what I like to do. It's the reason I started it. But I did tell Mason that he could help me make shorts. So if you see a bunch of shorts in the next week or two, or however long it holds Mason's imagination, that's why. Mason is assisting me. He's my YouTube manager. He's on summer vacation. So this is his project, Mom's social media presence. All right, this is going to look beautiful here, isn't it? Oh, I'm glad I bought that. Next up, we're going to do these begonias. Isn't that just a pretty color? These are Double Delight Blush Rose Begonia. And so I've got this hydrangea. I'm going to put this right next to it. And remember, we planted nasturtiums in here. They're coming up. There's one. There's a little one. There's a nice big one. And then I got that scarlet kale. So this is going to get big and bushy. This is going to get big and flower in here. Those nasturtiums should spill out of here. And that scarlet kale should get tall and purpley and green, and that should be gorgeous. Okay, this is going to be gorgeous. The nasturtiums are up on this side too. So pretty. Okay, but this looks terrible. I'm going to pull all this, clean all this up, and I'm going to pop alyssum in right here. And I'm not going to do this with the camera on because I'm not that talented. Okay, so this is all cleaned out and I got a little hole, but I want to show you something. When you buy plants at the nursery, this looks beautiful. It is beautiful, but this is way more than one plant. You see how many different stems are in there? You can break this apart and spread it out more so you get more bang for your buck, because these will fill in beautifully and they're just going to kind of spill over the edge like this. But because they're going to grow so much more, splitting them out is a better idea. Okay, so I took one hole out of here and pulled it apart, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different things to plant. And look, there are still a bunch of different in here. I'm going to plant each of these in here like so. Hey baby. And I'm probably going to go like maybe here for the next one. And then these are going to fill all in and be gorgeous. Here are my dogs. They're right there. So mad at me in the door. Okay, these look absolutely lovely. And I got them over here done too. And then just for good measure, I tucked a couple up here in the sidewalk cracks on either side. It might be too dry for them there. We've had other things come out in the middle of the sidewalk cracks, haven't we? Next up, a beautiful video of my darling son showing off his skills. We're going to plant these planters on the porch. I've got this big longer one here, and then I've got shorter ones on both sides. Now, I would probably never buy these again, to be really honest with you. I'm going to use them because I've got them, but these coco core liners don't hold a lot of moisture. The soil is pretty much dead right afterwards. I think I would try and find something that was a little bit more deep, maybe, so it would hold some more moisture, a little bit more sturdy, so that the soil inside of it would not be totally crap by the end of each season. So what I did is over here. I bought this hummus and manure like thing from Scott's, and it's a natural compost. It is, you know, taking a risk. Who knows what's in compost, but these guys needed it, and I'm just putting flowers in here. So worst case scenario, I kill some flowers, but I think it's gonna be better for them. So I need to plant this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna plant this begonia in the middle, and I think I'm gonna plant, oh, I haven't decided. Hang on a second. Okay, I like this. It's got a little bit of room to grow. Let's see how she does. This side, I decided to do white impatiens in the middle. I had 3 of them. And then these verbena on the sides. This is an obsession mix. And it's hard to see this from the front, huh? Well, I'm hanging off the porch, but I think that's gonna be okay. All right, I'm gonna do it on the other side too. I've got these urns in the front, and a lot of the times things die in here because they get shade and they don't hold a lot of water. So I'm gonna go ahead and take some of this stuff on top out, add some of that manure compost. And then I picked plants that are very shade tolerant. These are actually fuchsia. They are gorgeous. So I'm going to put a fuchsia in each one, and it should just kind of trail down the front. Oh, these look super sweet. She's going to be really pretty when she gets full growing. Come on, baby, give me some flowers. There's the side view of those side ones with the impatiens and the verbena. Those do look cute. I'm glad I did it. All right, guys, I'm taking a lunch break because my porch is done. We'll move on to the side yard after lunch. Okay, next up is this Oriental Poppy. This is the other perennial I got. It's a Beauty of Livermore Oriental Poppy. I see these in people's houses and think they're gorgeous around here. And the only other time I tried to grow one, I failed badly. But I'm gonna put it right here, kind of popping up by the bird bath. I think that'll be a cute spot. And I have one more begonia. This is the begonia that I bought without knowing where it would go because it's so pretty with the blush to yellow flowers. And what I've decided to do is take this little struggling lavender out of here because I want something big and colorful here. I'm going to put that right here and rehome this lavender. Definitely the right choice. This right here with this green behind it, and that's going to have purple flowers. That's going to be so pretty here in the corner. Okay, I still haven't finished this whole area over here, but I've got these salvias here. I've got 2 of them. This one's called Lighthouse Red, and this one is called Vista Purple. And I've got some empty spots along the fence, and I think I'm going to do 2 of each and let them get tall up here next to the peony that's not going to flower this year for some color here a little bit later in the summer. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. So these look a little sad right now, but they'll fill in and get nice and tall. And I think that's going to work out. So I did it right here next to the peony. I'm going to go over there and do it right there too. All right, friends, that's where I'm going to stop for today because it is getting into the heat of the afternoon and this is not a good time to plant flowers. I'm going to wait till the sun goes down. I'll probably post this video and include the rest of them in tomorrow's video. Probably. All right, everybody, have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow.